This is the third video for Puppy Kindergarten for the Wednesday of March 18th. And we are going to talk about weight. So for a lot of our puppy kindergarten, we've got a lot of older puppies recently. If you have a newer foster puppy that has come to you, you're going to do the first part of this video that I'm going to discuss. But if you have had the puppy for several weeks now, you can start to add in the second part of this video, which is working on calling the dog back to you. So how we use weight is we put the puppy, I like to start them in a sit, and then as they learn it, you can add doing it in a down or in a stand. But I like to start the puppy out working on it in a sit and being very consistent with that. And so initially my puppy is in a sit and I just want to get duration on his sit, meaning that I want to reward him for staying in a seated position. And for some puppies, this is really challenging. And so you may need to have a handful of kibble at once and just be a Pez dispenser and give those treats out really rapidly so that the puppy is getting a really high rate of reinforcement for being in a seated position. Once you've got a puppy that can stay in a seated position for a couple seconds, you are going to add movement on your end, and we want the puppy to stay still. So by that, I mean I am going to move. I expect my puppy to stay still, and if my puppy stays still, even though I have moved, I'm going to reward him for sitting still. So to start, I'm not going to give him any commands. I'm going to just shift my weight back a little bit. I'm going to wait till he is focusing back on me. He's a little interested in Tuesday right now, but he's sitting still and ignoring Tuesday. So I'm going to keep rewarding him for this because he sees Tuesday, but he's not actually going after Tuesday. Oops, that was my bad, kiddo. Sit. Good boy. So he's paying attention on me now. So I'm going to take a slight step backwards. Yes. And so that was a really, really small movement, but that's what we want to start with. Because for some puppies, doing this is too much movement. So I'm going to take a small step to start, or even just a shift back. Yes, good boy. He's a little distracted there. And when I see that I can move away from my puppy just a little bit and he stays still, then I'm going to add my cue. So now that I see that I can move away from him and he stays still, I'm going to add my cue. So I'll say, wait. Yes, good boy. I'm always coming back to reward my dog. And then I can increase my movement from there. So I'll tell him, wait. Yes. So if you've had your puppy for maybe, only a couple weeks, or if they're brand new to you, then you're going to work on that sit with them and keeping them in a sit and just wait with really small movements. If you've got a puppy that you've had for a couple months now, then you can move on to come to front. And so with that, I'm going to ask my puppy to wait. I'm going to step away from him. I'm going to call him to me, and when he gets to me, I'm going to grab his collar. And he decided to lay down. I want him in a sit, so I'm going to ask him to sit back up. Wait. Come. Yes, good boy. So he came to me. I have a hold of his collar. I'm going to reward him for coming to me. And I'm going to lure him into a sit, which my puppy is very space conscious, so he doesn't really want me leaning over him to get him into a sit, and so I'm trying to respect that by holding onto his collar, but keeping my distance from him. So I'll show that again. I'm going to ask him, wait. I back up, maybe 1 or 2 steps. Come. He gets to me, yes. I grab his collar, I give him that treat, I want him to sit. Yes, good boy. Over time, you can work on having the puppy really close to you, but if their initial reaction is they want some space, give them that space, and then we can address it later on. But for right now, I want to just make sure that my puppy comes to me when I call him. As long as he's coming right into me, standing, we can work on the sit later. Try it one more time. I didn't tell him to wait, so he didn't know what to do there. Sit. Wait. A little distracted. Come. Yes, good boy. My hand is right against my thigh, so he gets really close to me. Sit. Yes. And now he's actually a little bit closer to me than he was before. So be patient with your puppies. If they don't want to come right up into you, don't force them. Just let them learn when you come to me, you get yummy treats, and over time, that distance will close. And so that is how we work on weight. That is how we introduce come to front. There we go.